I'm not sure how long the rain is going to hold off. I'm hoping it will. It has been absolutely pouring all night and all day. It's probably, I don't know, 2 o'clock maybe, and there's been a small break in the rain. I'm afraid it's starting back. I'm not sure, because of the rain that we've had today and the rain that's going to be forecasted for the rest of the week, if I'm going to be able to show you guys the fall colors. I look forward to making this video every year, showing you what it looks like here, the fall colors in the mountains. But I was thinking, we've had some wind and we've had some rain, and if it goes on like this all week, by the end of the week, all the leaves are going to be gone. This may be my only opportunity to show you the fall colors here just around the yard. I'm hoping this rain doesn't pick up any more than what it is doing. Maybe it won't, and I'll have an opportunity to show you at least a little bit of the color before it's all gone. It's kind of overcast. I wish there was a little bit more sun out here and these colors would really pop. This little maple tree here is so beautiful every year. It's probably one of my favorites because it has little tinges of kind of this orangey gold next to the yellow. It's just really lovely. Looking the other way, this is kind of a shot of this bank here. Some of the leaves that are on these trees have kind of blown off already. There's usually more of a red tinge in here. This year there's more kind of a brown and a gold, but it's also probably just because it's getting late and the leaves are falling, and they're all in the yard. It's pretty cold and blustery. I actually have some tea. Try to warm me up. It's very damp. You know, the humidity's probably very high. Of course, you can hear me sludging in this puddle out here. Our yard really holds water, the flat part of the yard here, when it rains. My best friend sent me this jacket that I'm wearing, and it's super cozy and warm for this kind of weather, so thank you for sending it to me. For those of you who might be wondering, what kind of tea am I drinking? This is ginger, peppermint, and chamomile tea. I just buy the loose leaves, and then I have a little tea ball, and I just put it all in there. And it's pretty good. It's very good in this weather. Look at this, y'all. We actually have a few of these left on the vine. I think I'm gonna pick a couple and maybe have a little snack. Isn't that funny? Won't these go really good with my tea? I did put up my hood, so maybe my head wouldn't get wet. Oh man, that's good. Absolutely delicious. I will say they have a slightly different flavor being so late in the year versus earlier in the spring and summer, but still really good. The cloud cover, of course, is keeping the lighting low, but I still think you can see a little bit of color there in the canopy. The leaves are starting to change in here too. There's still some green, but we're seeing some color. It might help to have a higher vantage point to be able to see a little bit more. I will say I'm a little bit skittish because just directly above me, I'm looking, there's been some trail cam footage with some bears. So I don't want to go real far up there without my pew-pew, just to be safe. But I do think I could walk a little ways and maybe get an elevated view. I believe that's a poplar leaf. It's really big. Here's my hand and my tea, so it like fits on this leaf. It's here in this trail. This is kind of the trail that leads up here that I'm gonna take to maybe get a little bit more of a view. Uh-oh, sounds like the rain is starting to come down, but we're still gonna go up there. Maybe it was just the wind blowing water off the trees. It's a beautiful view right here. Just walking through here, this little path. This view is not a whole lot higher, but a little bit. Usually you could see a little bit of mountains through the tops of those trees, but the cloud cover probably is hiding that. I don't know if we're at peak color yet or not. It seems a little green from this view, but then I drive down the road and it's like red. I don't know. This tree, some number of years ago, fell over the trail. And when we want to continue, we just usually, of course, go over or under. We should get a saw up here and move it. It would be easier. I may stop here though. I know there'd be a prettier view if I went to the top, but I feel like I'm entering bear country. It's probably extremely unlikely that I would ever run into a bear up here. If there has been one anywhere near, I'm sure it's already heard me and it is gone. But just to be safe, it would stink to be attacked by a bear while I'm just trying to film my cozy fall video. And then if I get attacked, y'all will never see this footage, so. Lots of pine cones here on the ground. I just love these leaves. Just this like blanket and carpet of leaves, because when you look, it's just all different shades that make up this kind of tapestry that we're looking at in the pine cones. Just love it. It's funny, this one little spot has a lot of light, probably because this tree behind me fell and it kind of opened up the canopy so you can see a little bit more. I should have my hood up, but man, I hate wearing hats. I hate wearing hoods on jackets or sweatshirts because I feel like it messes with my ability to see and hear. Of course, it is nice not to have your head wet, but one pretty place I would like to go to is maybe down by the creek. All of this water that has been falling from the sky has the creek up a little bit. It's been low, and sometimes this time of year it can be low, but it's nice to kind of see it a little bit more lively and moving with all the rain that we've had, and we are forecasted to get more, so it will probably rise a little bit, even more probably before it's all over with. On my way down to the creek, I saw this interesting leaf. This oak leaf is kind of still green, but it has some red. It's a real pop of color in the middle of kind of this brown landscape. It's of course looking extremely dark in here with the overcast, and then the canopy is pretty thick right here. So it looks like it's way later in the day than it really is. Definitely flowing heavier than it has here in the last several months. I'll have to get a closer look. It's been so long since I've heard it this loud, where I felt like I kind of had to speak louder or shout to actually be heard when I'm next to the creek. So it's kind of really sweet just to see it a little bit fuller and moving. I think it's got to be good for the life that lives in the water. Probably lots of oxygen being mixed into that water today. This branch seems like something new that must have fallen maybe just last night or this morning in some of this wind. It's not been that long, I know. It wouldn't have been fun if you would have been standing there when it fell from up there. You can see some other branches too, going out in the water. I know I've mentioned it a lot. I'll mention it again, this black pipe that you see. This is from when my grandma and grandpa had gravity water. This is their old water pipe that runs up and down the creek. As you go up the creek, there's kind of more and more little falls. They're short, they're small, just little rocks that the water kind of comes over the edge in a waterfall. It's really lovely. I think I'll also be able to see some nice color out toward Cory's yard because I'm not that far behind her house right now. I think if I make my way toward that direction, there should be some other pretty trees that I could show you. Again, I really hope that later this week, next week, the sun comes out, it dries everything up, and there's more of a crisp fall day to share the colors with you. But if that doesn't happen, or if by the time everything dries up the leaves are gone, then I guess I'll just be glad that I came out here in the rain and showed you now, even though I do think maybe in a little bit the colors would be prettier, so long as the leaves are still on the trees. And if they are, then maybe I'll just make me a second video. This will be like fall day 1, and there'll be fall day 2 when it's a little bit drier. Before I kind of walk away from the creek and kind of more toward Cory's yard, there's enough light here to kind of show you the bottom of the creek. Down to the bottom you can see the rocks and the leaves mixed in. I just thought that was a pretty view. I just love the way that water looks going through all those leaves. Back up toward our house there that you can see. Some browns and golds. Yeah, there's a pop of red. That's nice. Most of my tea is gone. I'm just left kind of the dregs at the bottom. Lots of pretty color here. That's a really nice mix of color there above Cory's house. It's definitely rainy and cloudy. I was about to cut through the garden just based on habit, but it's looking a little marshy. Maybe I think I'll take the gravel instead. Might be able to walk down the road just a little bit and see a few colors there. Then I'm probably gonna have to go in and get warm and get me another cup of tea. You can see the top of that tree in the middle of your screen. It's dark brown. That's the top of that tree that broke out and fell earlier in the spring when we had our corn planted. A storm came. It wasn't even a big storm, but it uprooted an oak tree behind that one, and when it fell, it ripped the top out of that tree. And now it's kind of just hanging there. Very precarious. And we have our big chipper pile that come from all those trees that were cut behind Granny's. So we're gonna let that set and get seasoned and turn into some nice mulch for us maybe next year or the growing season after that. There's little hints and pops of color just everywhere. It's really sweet. Love that golden, just red, kind of mixed with the green. More array of color over here too. Really pretty how those trees drop their leaves on the pavement there. It's the tiniest little maple leaf. It's really sweet. It's a little bit different of a view on my way back up here. Even though some of the colors aren't as bright, maybe because they've not all turned yet, it's still just a really whimsical, pretty. Wish you could see it in person. It's just really nice. Put my mug back here so this will focus. I'm not sure what this little dried out plant here is, but it's definitely giving me the fall vibes. It'd be pretty if you were to cut that and dry it out and put it in a little fall bouquet for your table maybe. Side of the old garage is very fall-like with these vines climbing it, these pretty fall colors. I don't know what that is, but that's the prettiest fall leaf I've seen yet. Might just be poison oak or poison ivy, which one is it? But it's beautiful. A little bit of red there in the middle. But that's the money shot. That's it right there. When I come around the corner, everything that we were seeing down in Cory's driveway, this is that view, same view, but a little higher up, and that's that beautiful fall scheme all in one place, all the colors right there. Isn't God a wonderful and masterful and detailed, might I add, creator? Wow. That's just lovely. Those pine trees on the top too. This is the perfect touch. Yeah. I was looking down, even the raindrops on these blades of grass is just so sweet. Well, the rain is picking up. I guess I'm gonna head back home, refill my tea. I wanna give one more look though at that expansive view before I walk up the hill. Wow. Well, hopefully you caught that little video of the squirrel. I wanted to zoom in so you'd be able to see him better, but I was holding my mug and I was afraid if I moved to put my mug down that he would run away, like run back up the tree even faster than he did. When I walked around the corner there to come back up the hill, I was like, what am I hearing? And I was like, that's the squirrel, and I didn't realize how close it was. He was really close. He was looking at me. This is what I'm seeing walking up the driveway. It's really nice. Of course, my truck is also covered in leaves. It's funny though, the color of my truck kind of blends in with the fall landscape. Well, I'm getting pretty drenched. I hope that you enjoyed this video, seeing the fall colors. I'm really hoping that I'll have a chance to bring them to you again on a drier, sunnier day. Maybe I will. If I do, I'll certainly take the opportunity. I hope it's beautiful and you've enjoyed fall wherever you're at. We will be back at you soon with another video. God bless you, God keep you, and we'll catch you there.